So I was given access to the Payday 3 technical beta, and I've had a lot of fun playing it. Over the 9 years that I've played Payday 2, I've racked up a decent 663 hours in the game. It feels like a small number compared to many others who play, but for me it's in my top 3 most played games, only falling behind Monster Hunter World and Warframe. Hell, when I first played the game, all I had was a crappy laptop where I had to put the resolution super small in hopes to have a stable frame rate of 20. So when Payday 3 was announced, I was super excited. Those who've been following the game know the roller coaster I was in for, but I started to get a little worried about the state of my favorite game franchise. But I can definitely say that getting hands-on with it has alleviated a lot of my concerns. We'll still have to wait and see how the game progresses at launch due to some of the other concerns with it, but I can say if this is how the game will continue to play and feel, I think I'm willing to see it through. So, most of this video I think is just going to be a lot of me rambling about the game. Just wanted to talk about it after getting to play it. So I'm super excited to finally have gotten the chance to play it. So I guess I'll just start with kind of the gameplay for the loud stuff. When it comes to the guns, oh, the guns feel so smooth. They're so much fun to shoot. When I first saw the trailer, it kind of gave me like Back 4 Blood vibes. That really was not gonna do it for me. Did not like Back 4 Blood, did not like how the guns felt when firing, didn't like the animations. But here in Payday 3, they seem pretty good, honestly. The Car 4, that was really just, you know, the starting weapon. It's pretty fun to shoot still. Just mow down cops as they come. The Rhinefield 880, I wasn't too excited with this one. I felt like it wasn't as powerful as I was expecting it to be as a shotgun. And I would just get myself surrounded by cops completely, and they would just annihilate me within half a second of thinking that I was the Terminator. The weapon that really got me going was the SAA-144. That thing's awesome. You just stay in the back, stay behind cover, and just take out the crowd. It's so much easier than any of the other weapons I've tried. I haven't tried them all yet. I know there's the SMG, there's another assault rifle, the Northwest B9, and then we do have one of the preset guns, the Ziv Commando. Haven't tried that one out either, but all of them, at least from what I felt, have just been so much fun to use. The pistol I've been using is the J&M Castigo 44, because, yeah, it's a revolver. I don't need to say anything more about that. Revolvers are just fun to use. The movement as well felt great. With keyboard, I haven't really messed with the bindings, so the actually sliding got a little weird. I couldn't just do it on command as easily as I would have liked. But mantling over things and just the movement, and it's just so much better. Being able to go just to different places, you can get up higher, get different angles in different spots. It just makes everything so much better. I really don't know what to say about the movement more than that. It just feels really good. The no rest for the Wicked heist, at least going loud, it's pretty good. So it starts off with having to take the thermite and plant it above the vault to burn through and into the vault room. And as you go through it, more thermite can be dropped around the map, so you can speed up the process. You throw in too much, the sprinklers kick in. Would sprinklers really affect thermite like that, by the way? And after finally getting through the vault, you know, you go and disable the dye packs on the money bags. Hopefully your team is coordinated enough to do that. You know, quick tip, make sure everyone's there, ready to go to disarm it. It looks like you only need 2 people to do every bag, but the more the merrier, always helps. And then later on, after you finally get out of the vault, you gotta go lower the bollards across the street and wait for the van. And then just one big holdout against the cops. And that holdout, it's pretty stressful, especially when you up the difficulty. The specials are nothing to laugh about. You have the Grenadier, who flushes you right out of your cover. Oh, you got the perfect position, you're gonna hold out there, you think you're gonna be safe. No, you don't get to be there anymore. There's gas, and you're dying. It's a lot they just flush you out right into a group of cops with shields, and you just die. There's nothing you could do. And they made the bulldozers terrifying. It feels like playing Payday the Heist all over again. These things, they hurt. I can't say it any more than that. They just hurt. There's times where we were just focusing fire directly, everybody right on the bulldozer, and it just wouldn't go down while we just backed up to the escape van to leave. And it was still alive as we took off in the van. It was just, they're so strong. And even in some solo runs that I had 2 solo runs end right at the end because a bulldozer came and just wiped out the AI in me, and there was nowhere for me to run. We had a bulldozer on one side and a horde of cops on the other, so it was either run out in the open and get shot by 20 cops, or stick around and have the bulldozer slam your face into the ground repeatedly. So, oh, and the cloakers, the cloakers. They're something else too. I've seen one specifically ignore one of the AI, run past him, and then kick me. So, I don't know what's going on with them, but they're just as horrifying and ruthless as they've always been. It really emphasizes the importance of, staying together as a team. It's really dangerous to go off by yourself, it seems, in Payday 3. The highest difficulty I played on was hard. I didn't go any higher than that, and I still felt like I was just getting my ass handed to me by some of the specials. The armor system, very important, having to keep that armor up. If you need someone on the team to carry an armor bag so people can replenish their armor. Without that, you lose your health so quick, and without that armor, you're just gonna go down if you try to rush an objective or try and, even if you're trying to move cover to cover, if you don't have your armor, it's gonna whittle your health down pretty quick. And so you as a team, the cops push really hard. You gotta stay together with each other and just try and hold out where you can. If you get flushed out by a grenadier or something, you have to figure out, okay, everyone, don't just scatter. We gotta move back over here. And it's hectic. It can be really hectic without communication. Because here in the beta, it's just been public lobbies I've been doing. Well, because that's all we can do. It's a network test. And the lack of communication has definitely caused some issues. But moving on to stealth, I was so happy to see how far we can go in the heist without masking up. Now, I found, at least for No Rest for the Wicked, it was just so much easier to mask up at a certain point. But I was also thinking about the possibilities of doing it with other players, because all my stealth attempts were done solo. But with another player, one could stay unmasked and handle a lot of the objectives safely, while the player who eventually has to mask up for certain things, or masking up to make certain objectives easier, they could do it pretty safely. I mean, in No Rest for the Wicked, you can clear out the top floor. There's nothing for you to worry about anymore. Take out the security room, take out the one roaming guard on top, and then all the civilians can be handled, and you don't have to worry about a thing from there. Eventually, you just have to get past that guard at the bottom, bring a civilian. So it'd be good to take out that guard too, if you can. I know the higher difficulties take down pagers, but, maybe that guard at the top can be spared, if you're careful. I know there's a few executive spots to bring them to the vault, but I've only seen 2, and one's right in the main lobby, and that's how this run right here went loud.
Great, actually.
I don't even know what I tried to do here, I'm gonna be honest. We have the lock picking and the cutting on windows now. And it's just unique to have more of an actual mini-game to it. It's not just, oh, hold down your button, wait for it to happen. Now, what's really cool, though, is the fact that we can swipe the key cards from the guards. Instead of having to scour the map, trying to find a key card, buying the asset for the key card, those guys just have it. And that unmasked player, he can, if he's careful, can just walk up behind guards and, at least for No Rest for the Wicked, grab both key cards and just open the door for the masked players to go handle things. It makes it a lot safer for that player to go around doing things than the masked player, because obviously the masked player can be seen by civilians, the unmasked player can't. And on top of that, you know, we can open and close doors now to break lines of sight. This is how the crew took this long to develop enough motor skills to open and close a door. I don't know, but it's the best thing that's happened to this game. It really is. Because I can just imagine what they can do in stealth with that. Where we're going to be in situations where we need to close doors behind us to keep line of sight off of things. As for the skills in the game, I haven't checked in too much on the skills yet. The skills that I have paid the most attention to are honestly the turret skills. As I've talked about before, the cops push hard, and they hurt. Anything that can divide the attention, like in Payday 2 we had the Jokers. The Jokers were very important for dividing attention away from you. That way you can hopefully survive just a little bit longer. And with the turret tree, the cops will focus on the turret. They will fire on it to break it as well. And that can alleviate the pressure from your team. I haven't seen its effectiveness too much yet. I haven't really unlocked many of the skills for it. Especially like the dual sentries. Sure, it builds up heat faster, but again, that's more aggro off your team and you. And that can make or break a heist. So I think the turrets this time around are going to be actually very, very useful. For the other skills that I thought were interesting, there was, where was it? Ammo funnel. As long as you have edge, ammo you pick up is directly added to your equipped weapons magazine. And then the one right after, replenish, you automatically pick up ammo drop. So I know the Noli, I saw a clip of him talking about this, where with the shotgun, you could just sit there and just fire down and just keep shooting. And then I guess I'll end this just kind of talking about kind of the graphics and the music. The game looks nice to look at. I really don't have much to say about the graphics. It's a good looking game. It's fine to look at. Colors are nice. I was worried when I originally saw the trailers that the cops wouldn't pop out as much, that they'd be kind of hard to see and blend in with the backgrounds, since they were kind of darker colored uniforms. But that's not really been an issue. I haven't really had any trouble spotting where the cops are. I can see them pretty clearly. Especially, you know, No Rest for the Wicked, everything's white halls. You can see them pretty quick. Even when you get out into the street, maybe you can't see them when they're in the shadows, but I mean, they're in the shadows. You're not gonna see them well anyway. So, and the music, it's good. Go listen. It's Payday music. It's good. Overall, I really am happy to see that this is the state of this game. I've been very concerned about it, like I've said, after seeing all the recent controversies, but I think I'm gonna bite the bullet on this one. I'd understand if people aren't as interested in going for it this time around, or at least waiting till after launch. I understand that completely. But I would definitely say I think this game is worth at least keeping your eye on for after it launches. Maybe check back in on it in a month if you're concerned, or maybe a little longer, just to see how the microtransactions do get handled. You know, microtransactions are their own thing to deal with, but at least from what I felt in the beta, gameplay has not been sacrificed for them to sell us something. The game we are getting it feels like a proper fun game to play, and I'm just hoping that at launch that will be completely true. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll be uploading 2 of the heists that I did, one of them in loud and another one that was in stealth.